Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back, it's Jordan here. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at and placing 21 different Lego sets. Mrs. Bricksie and I have been building these at home behind the scenes over the last short while, and there's a lot of good ones. I'm excited about placing these all throughout the studio. Before we take care of that, I want to get started with this because I've been doing lots of Lego city building recently and it's become a little bit of a mess. There we go, that's much more manageable. It feels good to get that done. Get all the part bins away, do a little bit of minor sorting, and then dump out the big bins that need to be sorted. Get my sorting tables set up again because I actually had to put all the parts away because when my kids were here, they were grabbing all the mini stuff. So I was like, okay, get all those away. And now it feels good to have them back up because you can go through here and just sort of put all the plate in the giant plate bin. And then eventually I'll have it all sorted by plate, brick, connectors, slopes, vegetation. Look at the vegetation bin. It's becoming quite large. Yeah, it's going to feel good just to get that all sorted by basic part type, and then I can go through and break it down by color. Also, we're going to be placing all those sets, so I wanted to make sure this place looked presentable because some of those sets are actually going to go up here as well. So it just feels good to get this done. All right, back to the Lego sets. Backlog crushed. We can tick that box, hey? That's quite a few sets that Mrs. Bricksie and I were able to crush out or just build. And a lot of these were actually provided by Lego, so thank you so much. We appreciate it. They're going to look great on the displays here in the Lego room. So some of them are going to go on the shelves, some of them are going to be hung on the wall, and one of them is probably eventually going to go in the Lego city. I've been doing a lot of this recently. Build, destroy, repeat. What are we going to start with here? There's such a big variety of sets. This letterboard is actually really cool. It's an interesting concept because you can spell out virtually whatever you want. Build, destroy, repeat. I always say that. We could change this hashtag Bricksie to an @Bricksie because we could use this like index or building instructions that show you how to build every letter and a bunch of different characters to pretty much spell out anything you want. There's also the primary instruction manual right here, and this will give you a bunch of different build options, such as everything is awesome. So you can just go through here, you can build one of theirs, or you can build something unique. So yeah, pretty cool. I like how there's so many different things that you can do with this. It's like literally endless possibilities. These are all my additional pieces. So we have the Technic elements, there's a bunch of plate and tile, and then also some more circular pieces in there, and I could apply all of these stickers to those circular elements as well. And you can see the construction of it, it stands upright. It's pretty rock solid because it's all reinforced with Technic on the back side. And then of course there's pins in those Technic elements, and that's how you're able to attach your letters, which are on the 6x8 plates. So it's a really neat concept. I quite enjoy this. I mean, letter boards are very popular, and you can put your favorite slogan on there. And I think the really neat thing about it is you can change it to whatever you want. You can also use these instructions to build your own, like you can make your own colors. You can change up the colors, and you can change up the words to maybe match up with like different seasons or whatever it may be. So this is definitely a cool set. I just discovered something funny about mine as well. It could be arranged in, you know, a cool pattern, maybe like this. But look, there's something else that I enjoy in that. Right there. That's funny. So we're back upstairs, my nice clean workshop here. This is mainly where I do all my building, destroying, and repeating. So I think a perfect spot for this set is right here, above all these awesome vehicles and above my computer. I really need to get some merch made with that slogan on it. I think that would be pretty cool because that's all we do here in the studio. We just destroyed a bunch of mountains and now we're building new ones. The Burrow Collector's Edition. I already made a bunch of content on this set. Like we had a look at it in 2 different videos, plus I revealed it. So I'm not really going to go in depth on the review. I'm more so excited about placing this on the shelves. It's going to go in the Lego City eventually, but for now, it's got to go on the shelves with all the other awesome Lego Harry Potter sets because I don't really have a spot for it in the city. So I just think that makes sense. May as well build a nice display, or add to a nice display. Lots of cool interior details and play functions, and also the building techniques to get the angles on the upper portions of the burrow were just like really, really well done. but the set is quite expensive. So whenever I place things on shelves, I always use a tape measure and I measure the height of the set because I don't want to just like start moving things around if it's not going to work. So I'm trying to calculate where the burrow is going to go here. Of course, we could just do something boring and put it right there on the bottom. That's sort of boring. So I think we're going to move some stuff around. For example, I don't think Indiana Jones is really working here. So we're going to move this over here. Now, I made the mistake of not having any additional shelves. So, yeah, that's an issue, but hopefully I can just shift some stuff around and make it work today. I think that's going to be the plan. Because, for example, if I place the burrow here, it's going to free up this shelf anyway. It's funny, as I was moving things around, I realized that these books, they don't have their minifigures. They actually came with quite a few minifigs. I was like, where are those? And then I went and grabbed this bin, and there they were, all the minifigures on their stands, along with the Flintstones. Holy, that's a lot of Brickheadz. 20 individual characters found in 10 different sets, all pop culture themed, which I'm a huge fan of. That's mainly what my Brickhead collection consists of. Starting with Inside Out 2. Haven't seen the movie yet, definitely want to watch it. Love the first one. I don't know why Mrs. Bricksie and I haven't watched it yet. What the heck is wrong with us? Anxiety, that gives me anxiety. Really neat 1x3 print piece there for the belt. The huge eyes. I like the transparent elements found within the hair on these characters as well. 2x2 circular eyes here, which just look so great on Sadness. Then we also have Joy. Joy has 4 print pieces on her torso alone. There's the 2x4 tiles and also 1x4 tiles, which are also replicated on the back. This one's been in my collection for so long, and I never built it for some reason, even though it is so cool. This is Clone Commander Cody. Look at the 1x4 printed brick right there. Also the curved slopes on the helmet. Just a really neat looking Brickhead. I have Legolas here as well. This one came in a 2-pack with Legolas and also Gimli. I like that 2x4 printed tile there. Of course, he's got his bow and arrow and the quiver on the back as well. Nice color combinations on Legolas. Let's just tack you down to the base plate so you don't fall over and knock everybody over there, bud. He's trying to get his count up. His count exceeds Gimli's most likely. He's got the triangular tile on his helmet there. Really nice beard, the double-sided axe. Pretty neat Brickhead. I like Lord of the Rings. Currently watching the Lord of the Rings Season 2, the show on Amazon, which is absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend it. We've got Hermione found in the Prisoner of Azkaban 5-pack. Also Harry with the dirty shirt and of course the lightning bolt on his forehead there. He's got his wand doing a Patronus charm and also his glasses. And then there is Sirius Black with the nice print piece as well. Nice looking Brickhead there. And the Dementor, which is a really cool like shaped one. However, there's no print piece on it. And this one has all sorts of interesting pieces. This is the Patronus charm. These are all like curved slopes in that like trans opal color. Pretty neat. Here is the Spring Lantern Festival Mickey Mouse. I was on the fence about this one. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it, but then I was like, you know what? It's Mickey Mouse. Why not? Let's get that one. Mickey Mouse Brickheads are pretty cool. The Inside Out 3-pack is awesome. I love Carl. Like, look at his glasses. Also the grape soda 1x1 circular tile there with the print. Very cool. And his cane with the tennis balls on the bottom. And then we have Russell, the 1x3 print piece. His backpack, of course. Some utensils on the back. And then finally, Kevin. Look at Kevin, so colorful. That's an interesting one. A 2-pack in the Sonic lineup. So I have Knuckles. Nope. I do have Knuckles actually, but I have Sonic and Tails, and now I have Knuckles and also Shadow. So of course, Knuckles is in red here. Nothing too amazing. It's a good build, but nothing out of this world. I guess the eye color is really cool. Sort of differentiates them from the rest. And the hair color, or the hair build on the back. Pretty neat as well. The potted Groot comes with some nice printed elements like that wood grain, which I feel like is just a good part to have in general. And Iron Man Mark V, nothing too crazy. It's what you would expect from a Brickhead, I guess. There's that 1x4 printed tile. It's one of the main highlights, of course, from any Brickhead is the fact that you get all of these printed elements. Like, think about how many printed elements are found within this lot. And I really like the one found on Mirabelle. Interesting glasses there, too. And a nice hair build. So, of course, I can't really place these right now because my Brickhead display is sort of in shambles. I still need to rebuild my new displays for the full Billy unit. A lot of people have been telling me to 3D print displays, but I don't know. That might be a little bit aggressive, 3D printing massive displays for all of my Brickheads. And I Lego built one in the past and it really worked out, so I'm looking forward to expanding it with Lego parts. Mrs. Bricksie's here helping me out today, so thank you so much, Mrs. Bricksie. I'm sure you saw her in one of the clips there. Whoa, bam. She just went through and sorted all the minifigures for some of the Harry Potter stuff there, and we just placed all these Brickheads on this cabinet here. Perfect. The best Brickhead display ever. It actually looks pretty good. But yeah, I do want to brick build them all, and I do have the bricks on the way, so I'm part of LAN, and LAN is actually sending me the pieces through Bricks and Pieces through one of my support orders, because they're actually doing that this year, where they send us pieces. It's in like a trial phase, so I've got like a bunch of black brick on the way so that I can build, I think it's 2 more of these cabinets that will go, or the risers, which will stretch from side to side within the building, just fit there perfectly. But yeah, there's all the Brickheads for now, just sort of in display storage, we'll call it. And Mrs. Bricksie went through and fixed up all these minifigures. You'll notice that they're sitting on black plate. Not typically how we do things, but that's actually because we're out of the black minifigure stands, and we're also out of the 1x2 plates that we usually use to tack those minifig stands together. So I'll have to order some more of those. Place the burrow right now, or right there, and ideally I'd rather have it beside a tall set. The only other tall Harry Potter set that we have on display in this room right now is this one, and it's sort of like the things that I have positioned beside it. I think it makes sense. And I can't fit the burrow beside this set because the shelf height is 1 inch too short. And this shelf, once again, does not move. And I don't have any movement or anywhere to move there. I don't have any space to move up there. So in order to make that happen, I'd have to like shift everything around. And I think that's just a temporary home for the burrow. Looks pretty good though. Well, we're a little bit early, aren't we? Christmas table decoration. It's September, folks. A little bit early, but hey, that season is coming right up, isn't it? I still wish it was summer. It's gonna be cold soon. Yeah, this is a pretty neat set, pretty solid foundation. You've got like the palm leaves, the bushes, some flower elements, these jumbo fern elements, I like that. Also the gold snowflakes and this candle wax drip piece on top. I'm more excited about that wreath. I think that's a pretty cool one. And also the poinsettia looks pretty nice as well. Other holiday related stuff, we've got these little ornaments here. So there's the present, the snowman. Nothing too crazy about these ones here, but of course they would look cool on a tree. I've got a bunch of holiday ornaments, Lego related ones, and I think I'm actually gonna buy like a mid-sized Christmas tree, and we're gonna put it somewhere here in the studio this holiday season. Where's it gonna go? Maybe like over there in that corner, maybe over here somewhere. I don't know. We're gonna put a Christmas tree up and we're gonna hang all the Christmas related ornaments on it. Bring some holiday joy to the studio. I think that would be really cool. Then we've got the mini Disney Sleeping Beauty Castle. Had this one in the backlog for quite some time. Jose was excited about building this one. So this is the Disneyland castle. We've got Disney World castles, but now we have the Disneyland one. It's got the sand blue masonry brick, lots of gold elements, different shades of pink and blue. Yeah, it looks good. We've got the other ones, so it'll just pair up beautifully with those. I like the fact that it comes with the Aurora minifigure, essential in my opinion. And then there's this GWP. I've featured this before, the Borgin and Burks Flu Network, the Lucius Malfoy, the shield tile with the sticker elements, also the flag and a bunch of skulls. And then we have Japan postcard. Now, I wasn't going to continue collecting all the postcards, but then we decided to because they look pretty cool on top of the world map. So we're going to put this one right there, and then we have space for one more. Oh no, the decorations are coming off the edge of it. They're going to collide with the other ones, but we'll probably put Japan beside Beijing. Oh, beauty, that's going to work.
That was my plan.
Great, that's Jose's plan, she says. Good plan. She's getting the command strips ready. Cool. Where's Canada though? This is like the perfect spot for this set. Oh, the shelf underneath the stairs. That'll change soon once it's actually holiday season. We've got all our holiday stuff stowed away right here. And then of course all that winter village stuff is in the city as well. Well, waiting to be integrated into the city properly. Here's Borgin and Bricks right beside the books with all the minifigures right below the burrow. And up here is the Sleeping Beauty Castle. Looking pretty cool with all the other mini castles. All of them come with their minifigures. Yes. What? Where's Aladdin? Oh, right. That one didn't come with a minifigure. That's weird. I like that, though. Look at the Disney shelf. That's popping. We're going to have to isolate all the video game stuff, though, because we've got that Zelda set. What else do I have for video game here? Isn't there more? Oh yeah, right down here. Yeah, Mario. All that's gonna have to be grouped together for sure. Introducing the Lego Lamborghini Countach. Ooh, looks really nice, doesn't it? I just love these builds. They're fantastic. That's why I've got a shelf full of them. I have a Lamborghini Countach on that shelf. That's actually a rebrickable model that was built using the parts from a Porsche. Also a Ford GT. So I've got 3 white vehicles. For that reason, I wish this one was a different color, but maybe I just need to part out the other 2 rebrickable models and say, okay, let's just stick with the official Lego sets. This one is just like so well done. The designers have just perfected the build of cars, like the angles and everything that we have. Just beautiful. I love the lights, the cheese slope on the front here with the Lamborghini logo, and just that angle, and just the construction of the doors as well. Like these scissor doors can of course open up like so cool. And then it reveals the interior, which is well done as well. And it's got all sorts of print pieces inside there, such as the Lamborghini logo on the steering wheel, which is connected to the tires up front. And then the nice red seats as well, just like an all red interior. The back just looks so cool. Lamborghini Countach printed pieces, the exhaust, the triangular tail lights, the big spoiler, 2 tires on the back, one skinny, one fat, so it's pretty funny. I thought it was a new big tire that they did for this car, but no, they just paired up a couple of them. One thing I will say is there's something going on with mine. I've puzzled about this for quite some time. You can see there's a gap right there. The windscreen doesn't perfectly adapt to those studs. Okay, the solution is to just push it down and adapt it. But it's also attached up top here as well. So if I push it down, well then there's a gap up top. So I can't get mine to perfectly fit because all of this stuff is like attached. If I push that down, then it doesn't line up. Looked at images, I don't know what I've done wrong there, but it's not adapting perfectly. I've fidgeted with it for far too long, and it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna live with it like that, I guess. This does open up here, so you just push this down. It's held in place by a Technic piece, and then you can open it up like that, just like a little bit of storage there. And then we can also check out the engine right back here as well by just popping this open to reveal some of the engine details. And got some more like interesting angles and textures back here. Just overall a pleasure to build, and a pleasure to look at. And I just like these Lego Creator Expert models. Like, they are just wild. Well, I call them Lego Creator Expert models, but they're Lego icons now. But the vehicles have just all been really fun to build. This is for sure not supposed to be wiggling around. Looks like mine became detached there. But while it's like that, I may as well move that and show you just some of the connecting elements within. It's just crazy. Like, everything is at this interesting angle, and the way that it's all like attached to the model is just mind-blowing. Well, that one was pretty easy to place. I put it right beside the Ferrari F40. Makes sense, right? Ferrari and Lamborghini. I've got to decide what I'm going to do with all of my alternate models. I don't know if I'm going to keep this Countach in my collection, or this Ford right here, and also this Mustang. I don't know. I think maybe it's time to part those out. Maybe like group the sets back together, part with those sets, or just part them out and put them into my parts inventory. However, I don't know what I'd do with all those weird car model pieces. I guess there's like some good Technic pieces and curved slopes and all that. But I sort of want it to just be like all authentic Lego sets up here. But I guess they're not really harming anyone right now. So recently I freed up a bunch of space for additional Speed Champions. Those two shelves used to be full of Speed Champions, and same with that one there. And I installed this cabinet. But that's soon going to be filled because I've got all these Speed Champions that I need to build. The Aston Martin, the Lamborghini, the Ferrari F40, and also the Mercedes-Benz. So I'm going to put those in the pile to bring home. I'm going to build those in the near future, and we will fill these shelves as well. It's like having all the cars grouped together. I feel like if these were all downstairs, well, there wouldn't be much room for expansion down there, and I wouldn't be able to fill these shelves completely with a different theme, because for some reason I have a lot of cars. Oh no, it just dawned on me that this set's actually going to be too deep for the Billy bookcases. Really cool set, very, very, very pricey set. But look at all the minifigs and minifig accessories that you get with this set, like dual molded legs, side of leg print detailing, side or dual molded arms, all new head decorations, all new weapons like the Hyrulean shield. That is so cool. Also the Master Sword right over there. It's all print. No stickers are found in this set. You get 4 minifigures. It's got some cool moving features as well. There's like a hidden compartment on this side, so this can pop off the tree. And there's also another hidden compartment on that side. We get this character there as well. I forget his name. I've got to play Zelda. But yeah, it's really neat, you know, like it is a really well done set. Like they're like, hey, we want to build a Zelda set. Well, you better do it right. You can see the mechanism right here on the back to make the tree move. Got some nice angles there as well. You can see all the hidden details in there. You can pop this off. And that's where you put that print piece that Zelda is holding right there on there. And then if I spin this around, this side can pop off as well, just like that. And there's some other stuff within. And you can build 2 different versions of it. So we did the one with the pink flowers. This one is the Breath of the Wild version. It comes with all these additional elements right here that you can stow away or keep it as one version and build it however you'd like and use those for parts in your city or whatever it may be. And then we've got the other version right there, which have the green leaves. I think the pink leaves looks a little bit better. Plus it's from Breath of the Wild, which is the video game that I played. I never beat the game. I really do need to get back on it, you know, get back on that horse and start playing some Zelda again because it was fun. I'll tell you what though, that was the first Zelda game I ever played, so I'm not deep in the Zelda lore by no means. I know, it's hard to believe, eh? First ever Zelda game was Breath of the Wild. Wow. Where are we going to put that one, Master Displayer?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It doesn't fit on a Billy. It might have to go on the Besta.
On the Besta? Maybe once all those Brickheadz are moved, it can sit on the Besta. Like where we have all the Brickheadz right now. Maybe we should migrate the Brickheadz and build a display. I really need to go buy it for Nintendo Switch. We don't have our Nintendo Wii U plugged in. But I want to start playing this video game again. Mm-hmm. But the video game is still like 80 Canadian dollars. I was like, man, this game's been out forever. I would love to play Breath of the Wild again, though. Start a whole new, start from the beginning. That would be fun. The Japan postcard looks just perfect right beside Beijing. Now, unfortunately, we don't have enough command strips to hang the Milky Way. This is a pretty cool art set. Like, look at all the different part types in here. Slopes, flame elements, bicycle helmets, heart pieces, flowers, flags, the like egg elements. There's some 1x2 Technic bricks with the axle hole, binoculars, gems. The whole exterior of it is done in the trans purple, like the 1x2 tiles. There's also some of these dish elements with like the spackling on them. Looks really neat. There's also the little "You Are Here" piece. So that's where we are. I'm just wondering what this is. This is a satellite? Is a satellite that far out in the galaxy if we're over here? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Maybe that's not a satellite. Pretty big though, 3,091 pieces. It's definitely a lot funner to build this set when you compare it to like the stud art. It's just like a different style of art, whereas the stud art is just literally putting studs down. At least this one you have a variety of colors and part types. I think it looks pretty good too. Like that's something unique, and I like the 3D aspect of it. Like look, there's even like the panels right there in the azure color, and also the windows, and there's like hairbrushes. There's so many different part varieties, which I think is rather interesting. Realistically, this should go up with all of my space stuff, but I sort of want to group all the art together. I think it should go somewhere down here, whether it be like below the world map or maybe above the 3D printing station. There's like a big white spot right there. And eventually I'd like the art in the studio to wrap all the way around. I'll get rid of those boxes, sort of looks like clutter, but it'll wrap all the way around and go around the big Bricksie sign that we have there. I think that would be super neat. But I don't know what to do with this. The build of it is rock solid. You can see how the frame actually has depth that sort of matches the 3D aspect of the build itself. And then the back side, see, is pretty solid as well. So the 16 by 16 Technic panels, and they're pinned together using the longer pins in the red and also lime green rather than the black pins. Pretty cool. Our galaxy, the Milky Way. It's built differently than the classic art as well, because you actually start with the frame. The classic art, you finish with the frame. So you start by building the frame. That's instruction manual number 1. Instruction manual number 2 are these panels. And once you're done building those panels, you slide them into the frame, pin them all in position with the axle pins. That's why there's the axle bricks all around the exterior. And you just continue doing that for all 6 instruction manuals. And then you finally install the final piece into the frame. I guess this would have made a cool time lapse, hey? I don't know, like I mentioned, we've been building this stuff at night when I'm sort of like off camera. Building Lego like the way I used to do it. It's therapy in the evening, not on camera. As much as I love being on camera, I mean, I make so many videos, you'd think I love it, but I still like doing therapy or I like building Lego as therapy in the evening as well. It's sort of strange to me though, because I'm usually like filming my entire life. So to not do that is sort of weird. But I will say, filming your entire life becomes mentally exhausting. You do need some time away from the camera. I don't know anything about the Onyx Cinder other than it's going to be featured in Star Wars Skeleton Crew, which is a TV show coming out on, or a series, I guess, on Disney+. You get some pretty neat minifigures, Jod, Wim, Firm, KB, and also Neil. Neil's got a really nice molded headpiece there. All the other ones have some pretty interesting torsos and some nice decorations, along with some accessories. The ship itself is pretty neat. See, I've got it all opened up there so you can check out the interior details. Those hatches will open up on either side. We can close them up just like that. Not a whole lot of accessibility within it though, but there is a really cool play feature where you can actually move all 6 engines simultaneously. So you've got 4 in the back and 2 in the front. You can see they're in like the upright position, and we can move them just like so. I think it's really well greebled. There's all sorts of different part usage all over it, like the ingots, all sorts of wedge plates, sort of all the same color. Well, we've got some accents, I guess, the dark tan and the white, and some sticker detail as well. There's cannons all over this thing. And then the hatches on the front, they open as well. Well, hatch, I should say, singular. Can't really get in there. Very limited accessibility. And then around back here, we've got some cargo. This is like a cargo hatch that will open up. There goes one of the crates, bye-bye. Nothing too special inside there. I'd say it's more of like a place that you can definitely swoosh this thing around because it's a pretty rugged build. And I do like the use of these barrels in the landing gear. And yeah, I think it's a decent set, but I don't really know anything about this ship at all. So it doesn't really, you know, have a place in my heart, I can't say, because I don't know anything about it, you know what I mean? And I think that might be the case for a lot of people until that show comes out, of course. So yeah, I think it's, you know, a decent set for what it is, but what is it? I don't really know. I wish there was a little bit more accessibility, but I guess this really cool play feature does take away from the ability to add more accessibility within the actual ship. Before we place that set, I've got to move down the Death Star shelf so it's level with the Imperial shuttle shelf. Yep, that looks a lot better. Sorry about that. I forgot that you can't time-lapse in this room with this camera. For some reason, it just does not like these lights. I should have used my camcorder. Oh well. Mrs. Bricksie's collapsing all the boxes as they're all going to be recycled. You know how long that was bothering me for? Since I put it there, and I fixed it up. Now all the shelves are even. Why wouldn't I do that to begin with? I don't know. I was trying to save space for something else. Got all these additional shelves right here. I thought I was going to have them filled day one. No, we've got cabinets open for days here, everybody. It's funny that we placed all these sets, and these rooms are unfazed, I tell you. Unfazed. Like, we've got lots of space for expansion. Marvel shelf, could use a big set there. All the stuff around the top. Right there, we've got some space on the Jurassic Park shelf. There we go. There's the Zelda set. Moved all the Brickheadz down. That makes sense. But you can see what I mean by the depth of it. A little too deep for the Billy shelves. We could remove this front section because this front section is modular. It does come apart. But at least it's in the same vicinity as the video games, so I'm happy with that. And then we've got all this space open too for the big sets. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? Why did I buy so many shelves? I don't know. And all these sets, or all these shelves down here for big sets as well, which is pretty wild if you ask me. This could eventually one day turn into a diorama table. That would be pretty neat. And I think the only big set down here is Darth Vader. Yeah, he's just hanging out all alone, guarding the entrance. What was that? That was a water bottle. Or a giant water bottle. We got the Onyx Cinder right down here. Doesn't really need to be in a prime location, I don't think. I don't really want to move, you know, something off the shelf to give it a prime location. Looks like I can fit another shelf right there, so I've got to go to IKEA and just pick up a few Billy shelves, and then also some of the half Billies need some shelves as well. Got to get the Invisible Hand and add it to that collection there. And then we have all this space here too. This is Bricksie hard at work. All the recycling. Thank you. I'm going to help you right now. So after building all those sets, these are all the spare pieces. Granted, you probably noticed that our Brickheadz weren't on the Brickhead stands, so all the 6x6 plates and tiles and stuff are in there. And here we have the mountain of instruction manuals. Bam. It's quite a bit. I think the car shelf looks pretty good. Got to build those speed champions and fill that up. So that's awesome. Loving it up here. The big parts table. Usually when I'm done building for the day, if like there's nothing, or if there's like a big variety of pieces that I'm like, oh man, all of these need to be sorted, I just do the classic onto the big pile of parts that need to be sorted, because it's easier to sort parts like all in one go, you know, and just put all the plates, all the bricks together. I still got to hang that galaxy art once we get those command strips, get that up off the ground, but for now it's just right below the world map, so that works. And lots of room for expansion. Nothing really happened in the Star Wars area, just the Onyx Cinder there. And we're bringing all these sets home to build. Plus we've got some other ones at home, like the Parisian Street we still have at home. We've got Batmobile and all sorts of other stuff at home too. So we always just bring this stuff home and build it over there. And that's really about it, everybody. Just got some sets built and integrated onto the displays. It feels good to spend time in these rooms, and that's why I like filming updates like this where we just work on stuff. Pretty neat. There you go. Thank you so much for coming on by. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Farewell.